The last main area of our course that we're going to look at is the weekly pacing archive. This archive folder is going to hold all of the weekly pacing guides that we're posting for students in one convenient place. Inside this folder, we're going to organize our pacing guides by marking period, so that way there's not this huge list of pacing guides that the students would have to go through to find something that they're missing. So ideally, each of these will have probably about 10 or 11 different weeks of folder or weeks of pacing guides in each folder here. All right. So essentially how this will work is when you're ready to move on to the next week, you're going to go up to your current pacing guide and you're going to just highlight all the text in that guide and we're going to copy it. So I'm just hitting Control C right now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the gearbox and I'm going to click the move button. Now, if you like to drag and drop, you can gladly do that, but I know that sometimes when you're trying to drag things and put them in specific folders, sometimes it's kind of a pain. So I'm going to just click move. When I click move, it gives me a list of folders that exist in the course. So I'm going to just scroll down. The first level of folders don't have any dashes in front of them. The second layer of the folder have 2 dashes, and third layer has 3 dashes, and so on. But I know that I'm going to put it in this weekly pacing archive folder, and for this purpose, I'm going to just put it into marking period 1. All right, so I'm going to click move. As you can see, it removes it from the front area of the course. If I go into the weekly pacing archive and then go into marking period 1, my pacing guide is now here. All right, I'm going to do one more thing. Right now, if I click on marking period 1 to actually look at it, it has this as an inline page yet. This is okay since we only have 1 right now, but eventually there's going to be potentially 10 or 11 of these in this folder. So I don't want to make this inline because I don't really want the kids to have to scroll through all of this stuff necessarily. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to click edit, and then I'm going to just click this setting to make it display on a new page instead. When I hit save changes, now it'll give the kids a nice list of what they may have been missing from before. All right, so we're going to just keep all these where they have to click on it to see what's inside, and then all of the links and everything that you had set from before on those pages will still work. Now, if I go back to my regular course page, you're going to want to know how to set this up quickly for your next weekly pacing guide. If you hover towards the top of your course and click on the green dots, this is going to allow you to add a material that stays to the top of the page, so you don't have to drag it up there later. So I'm going to just click on the green dotted line, I'm going to click add page, and then we're going to just basically say, we have to give it a title, so I'm going to just keep our consistent naming scheme. Alright, so I keep that name up there, and then all I need to do is paste this. As you can see, it keeps all of the formatting exactly the same. All I'd have to do essentially is change any sort of welcome message if we want. I'd have to relink my lesson goals for what needs to be completed, and then I'd also need to update my essential questions and then put in the current week's attendance check-ins that we're going to be looking at. All right. When I have this looking the way that I want to, I need to remember to make this display inline so the kids don't have to click on it to be able to see it on the front page, and I'm going to hit create. And then essentially I have my next week pacing guide, and it's going to be ready for my students to begin working on that week then.